This is an official Tucson Tyranny Response Team documentation. Today is Friday. It is 9:25 a.m. It is also 9/17/2010. That is September 17th, 2010. This documentation is going to be made from an older documentation. And right here, here's what we're getting at. We're talking about the internal affairs complaint intake process, and if we go to the Tucson Police Department website and look at their general orders under volume 3 of the administrative policies, and it was revised September 1st 2009, we scroll down on the page there and we look at 3140 complaint intake, and 3141 is types of complaints accepted. It is the policy of the Tucson Police Department to accept all first-party complaints against employees and the agency made in a timely manner. Complaints of non-serious nature that have not been made within 180 days of the incident will not be accepted unless directed by the Chief of Police or the Office of Internal Affairs Commander. Here's where it gets interesting, folks. Pay attention here. Anonymous complaints present significant investigative challenges, but shall be accepted. Once again, anonymous complaints present significant investigative challenges, but shall be accepted. Okay, so let's take a listen here, folks, to this audio I have up. It's on my YouTube channel. It's number 28 on my channel, 00028, TTRT, TPD, Internal Affairs Complaint Process Audit. And I was speaking of an actual complaint, and obviously since I was told, and you'll hear it in the audio, that I wasn't allowed to make a anonymous complaint, I didn't get one in. This guy's internal affairs. He's supposed to know his policy. I believe he should study up, or maybe this is a standard practice to lighten caseloads. I'm not sure, but the fact remains he gave me false information, folks. Now, what that amounts to is a major stumbling block. How many other people have been turned away because they can't make an anonymous complaint, even though their policy says anonymous complaints present significant investigative challenges but shall be accepted. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to play this audio clip a couple times, and you guys tell me, or you guys think to yourself out there. And this is also for internal affairs of the TPD. We kind of want them to take a look at what their internal affairs is telling people, and if it's not right, we kind of like them to correct it so it's easier for the people to get through without these hurdles. Anyways, listen to this, folks. Here we go. Now, this tells the whole story as compared to the policy here.
And tell us, in your own words, what your complaint is.
Okay. Can complaints be anonymous?
No.
They can't be anonymous?
No.
Okay. What if? Okay. Can complaints be anonymous?
No.
They can't be anonymous?
No. Well, that was 2 no's there, folks, and this was a conversation on or around April 23rd, 2010 at approximately 2:07 p.m. The conversation was with the Tucson Police Department Internal Affairs Detective Alan Smith. At my request, Alan Smith outlined the internal affairs complaint process in a respectful manner. I gathered information and obviously made a record of it. I, as an investigative journalist, know to the general public that Detective Smith did, in fact, seem to indicate that I could use the 791444 number, non-emergency number, to report criminal aspects, also in addition to the IA complaint process. Now, I've tried that, folks, and they won't take my 911 calls. They want me to meet them in the city limits. I'll record them there. I don't care. I'll record them on the phone. That's it. I'll record them everywhere. Anyways, the fact is, although he was respectful in outlining the complaint process, he gave me false information, and since that information was in fact false per their policy, he hindered me from making a
an anonymous complaint back then, which was in my mind that I might try to do it if they allowed it, but he wouldn't allow it, so I couldn't do it. And so that's a big stumbling blocks, folks. Why can't they take anonymous complaints when it says? Because they don't want to. Because they don't know their policy, or if they know it, then there's something else going on there. Anyways, this is actual evidence of what their policy says, and it's evidence of what Detective Smith said. And if I see something wrong, I'm going to call you guys on it. So we're going to need an appointment, and I know the TPD watches these, and now I know that the sheriff's Detective Rice of the Internal Affairs for the Sheriff's Department watches some of the YouTube videos I have up. And so I'm just going to continue to post evidence up, and I'm going to need a call back. All you sheriffs and TPDs have my numbers. If you want to get to the bottom of this stuff, we're going to need a thorough investigation. We're going to need some hours. I'm going to need to bring all my paperwork down there. Literally, I'm looking at some spools of recordings that haven't even been put on the internet yet. So I'm getting ready to put a lot of them up, and we're going to just need to get some of this stuff straightened out before there's just too much of a pile of stuff to straighten out. So what we're going to say here, folks, is thanks for tuning in. And this has been an official Tucson Tyranny Response Team documentation. Once again, we are not anti-cop. We're pro-lawful, constitutional, good cops. We might be anti-crooked cop, but then who wouldn't be? Does anybody want a cop coming in their door without a warrant? I think not. Does anybody want to see a cop speeding around town so he can get to the donut shop in time using his emergency lights? I think not. And so, does everybody want a cop that's respectful when he comes to your door to talk to you, and talk to you in a mellow voice and is not intimidating? Yes, that's what we want, folks. We want good cops. So peace and respect to the good cops. And on the other flip side, we might be watching you with the camera, so you better watch what you're doing. That's it. And you might be on YouTube. We'll make you famous. Alright, in this documentation, the time now is 9:32 a.m. It's Friday. It is 9/17/2010. It is September 17, 2010. This has been an official Tucson Tyranny Response Team documentation, documenting misconduct from different angles. And that's what we do, folks. You all have a great day and a better tomorrow. Peace and respect. God bless.